Hey, so I said that I was going to continue to be a blessing where I had previously been blessed and taught some things in the game. And I had been, I want to say, lying to myself. Or not just being lazy. I think it was me more so being lazy. I would say, Lord, if you allow me to learn this what it is that I am trying to learn, I am vowing to be a blessing to other people that would be coming behind me. And so recording the videos and putting it on YouTube kept coming to me, kept coming to me, kept coming to me. But anybody that has a YouTube channel knows that it is work. You have to be ready. But what I also learned is you are never ready. You're never ready. Um, but if I am staying in line with my selflessness on my purposeful journey in life, gotta get ready, right? So tonight I want to talk to you guys about Airbnb superhosting. How to become a superhost on Airbnb. Now, what I am going to be talking about is going to be the bare minimum. For more detailed breakdown instructions, that would require more one on one. So if that is something that you want, message me and we'll discuss it. But today, what I am talking about is your guidebook to starting to become an Airbnb host and to make your way into becoming an Airbnb superhost. So, you first need to figure out how Airbnb works if you don't know how it works. So, how hosting works: you choose your requirements. You decide how many people can stay and for how long. You set your house rules. You tell them what they must do while they're at your house at your place. Simple. Okay. You decide when you want to host. You block off dates on your calendar whenever you like. There's no minimum time. You set your own prices. What you charge is up to you. Airbnb has tools and insights that'll help you to keep your prices competitive in your area. They'll tell you on a sliding scale where you're at based off what you're charging, whether it's good or bad, whether it's in the market mean, the average, the median. Airbnb has so many amazing tools that you can use that once you get into the actual Airbnb platform and you start navigating your way, there's so many things that you can click on to be a resource that you can learn from in Airbnb that you can be successful with whatever you decide to do. You have to help your guests feel welcome. You have to. You have to have a level of hospitality in Airbnb because you have to provide white glove service. And now with the COVID, you have to provide a level of service and sanitation and cleanliness. Safety has to be a priority. You want to protect your family, you want to protect your community. So, Airbnb has partnered with experts to create safety practices. We have cleaning practices as hosts that we have to go through, there's requirements for all guests. So, a lot of the questions that come with Airbnb is, how do you start? What do I do? Where do I start? Well, my first question then would be, do you have a place that you want to put on Airbnb, or are you going to get the place? If you have the place already, my next question would be, is it furnished? Is it Airbnbable? You have to know what it is that you're going to be offering, what your space is going to look like, the feel that you're going for, the vibe. And so, what encouraged me to do this video is because I've been creating content all week from my Airbnb. And I laughed to myself saying, dang, you know, I'm sitting in the Airbnb doing content, and just right before COVID hit, I was scheduled to put on Airbnb workshops. And then COVID happened, and I just put it down to the wayside because my Airbnb is a shared space that I operated in. So when COVID happened, I shut down the shared space. So the trainings on teaching you how to become a super host, and the process that it takes to become a super host, and doing Airbnb field trips to different Airbnbs and meeting with other super hosts, that got canceled. And so I was sad, but you know, it happens. And yet, here I am once again in a place where I have the ability to help others at least start earning the minimum. So let's just talk about how they estimate your earning potential. You could go to Airbnb and you can put in how many nights that someone would be booked. So let's just do a theoretical. Typically, I get booked for like 10 days, right? 10 days at a minimum. If it was shared spaces right now, I don't recommend unless the house is empty. Let me say that. But my room was going for $65 a night. 10 nights is $650. That's for one room. Super Bowl weekend, my one shared room on Airbnb made like $2,700. One room. So the options in Airbnb are endless. The way that you make money in Airbnb is completely up to you. You have to be creative in your characteristics. You have to be creative in your style. Your pictures have to be photoshopped. You have to understand lighting and angles. Airbnb also has photographers that you can hire to come out and take pictures of your space and do the editing and the photoshopping for you, because their goal is for you to get your space listed. That's their goal. Your goal is to get your space listed. There's so many things that could be talked about when it comes to Airbnb. It's important that you understand how to create a clear, detailed listing. You are bringing the guest into your space before they actually get into your space. So, I want to encourage you in this very short video to think about Airbnb. If you have a car, you could do a rideshare program. I am going to put a link down below in the description box for you to be able to click on to join the Airbnb community as a superhost and just start the process do the application, start filling in the picture, start getting the feel for it. And then that way, once you are ready to open and take your first guest, you would have worked on it on the back end over time. So for me, what it did was, because I changed the space a lot, I changed the decor, or I'm changing the bedding, and so you have to change the pictures. What it does for me is it allows me to get that stuff together and then have time to edit the images and make them presentable so that I can host it. Because as a host, you're constantly trying to change the narrative of your space so that it can be booked. That's your goal, to have your space booked. Yet to become a superhost takes a totally different level of interaction, communication, response time. It takes being available, it takes being courteous, it takes being selfless. Another industry where it takes to be selfless. And so I hope this short video helps someone who is thinking about Airbnb or thinking about how to get started with Airbnb. You'll be able to click the link down in the bio to go to Airbnb and get set up and figure it out. So, until next time, be great, guys.